Welcome to More Action, the podcast for entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals. I'm your host, Shelly Bryan, and together we have candid conversations with industry leaders to uncover valuable wisdom and lessons learned. My hope is you use these lessons to intentionally take more action in business and life. I hope you share and enjoy. Have you ever had that time where you felt like you had so much on your plate that you were like, F this, I'm not going to do anything? Or maybe you had so much on your plate, like so much to do that you were squirreling. You were like on one task, then you moved to another task, then you got a text and moved to another task, and you just kept jumping around, realizing at the end of the day that you were truly getting nothing done. Yeah, me too. I swear. Thank you so much for joining into today's episode, because this is one that I swear I didn't finish. I swear is going to be impactful for you, because it was a complete game changer for me. And I know that's so cliche to say, but game changer, but it has changed everything truly in like the last 3 weeks for me. And it's been so great. And recently I had met with a friend who is a business consultant, and I was sharing, we were just going back and forth, and it wasn't like a professional call. It was just two friends meeting, talking about their businesses and the things that were going on. And I was just sharing this with her, and she was like, oh my gosh, that is me right now. Thank you so much. I think you should record an episode on it. So Carlin, this one is for you. If you are new to the show, I am so excited to have you here. I know that there are so many choices out there. I know that your time is extremely valuable, and it's always my goal to give you the real, the raw, the no BS approach to things that are going on or experiences that I've had in my life, both professionally and personally, as well as my guests that I have on. So today is real raw, and I'm going to share with you essentially the 3 steps, with bonus step in there, of course, 3 steps that I took to really gain control over this like bad behavior that I had created. And if you were like nodding with those first questions that I said, like, know that you're not alone. A lot of us are in that position because we simply want to do a lot. We're high achievers. We have all these things that we want to do. There's so many exciting opportunities out there, and so we all want to participate in it. That being said, when we start jumping around, like that feeling at the end of the day when you were like, I was so busy, but I didn't get anything done. That is a crappy feeling. I hate that feeling. And so I could only imagine that you might be in the same boat too. And so I finally was like, screw this. I'm over it. I need to get better. And so here is my suggestions on here's what I did, what that I'm going to lay out there. It worked for me, and I hope this might be able to help you. And listen, if you aren't a business owner like me, or like Carlin that I mentioned I was talking to, maybe you're leading a team. Maybe your team is your family. Whoever it is where you feel like you're jumping all over the place and you have that feeling at the end of the day where you have so much on your plate, this skill can help you too. So notice how I said skill, right? Because skills are something that anyone can learn at any time. We have certain behaviors that are ingrained in us that we can do to make them better or make them worse. But skills, everyone has access to. It's just the ability to learn, practice, and become, an expert at it. So the first thing that I did, and if you are tuning in on YouTube, I'm actually going to share a few things. Like I'm going to share some props, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. So I encourage you to hop over to YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, comment, let me know that you're there. I will definitely give you some love. But I'm also going to share my screen with a tool that I used in this process, in this 3-step process. So you can also send me a DM and I'll send you the tool, like whatever it is. I want to help you guys, but it is not fancy. It is functional. Okay. So back to it. The first step that I did is that I literally had so much going on in my brain between the construction company, all the things that we're doing, the growth that we're having, all the things with our family that we have going on, right? The holidays are coming up. Travel for next year. We've already booked travel through like July next year just because we needed to get it on the books. We need to understand days off of school. Like all you hear me, right? Talking is that I had so much going on in my head. I was like, nothing. I sat there and I was like, I'm not doing anything. And it was so frustrating. So what I did is the first thing you do is get it out of your head. Now I'm a little old school, so I grabbed a legal pad. If you're watching on YouTube, literally here is the legal pad I'm showing you. I grabbed a legal pad, grabbed a pen, and you can use whatever. If you prefer to type, whip out a doc, whatever it is, but make it quick. For me, old school, I needed a pen, paper, and I needed to get this out of my head. Now write everything down. So get it all out of your head. Use your tool. Mine was the legal pad. I literally just sat there. No organization, no like filtering. And number one, no judgment on me. I just need to get out. What are all the things that I want to do? What are some things like whether the level of importance is irrelevant right now? It was just what are the things that need to get done? Get it down on the paper. Now, that not only had such like a therapeutic approach because I was like, "Oh my gosh, finally there it all is." This is all like the million tabs I had open in my mind, and now I could see it on my legal pad. So, that not only helped me feel great, but then this next step is what really helped me. And this was where I'll share the document. But this stemmed from a podcast that I learned. Oh, gosh, I'm going to try and find the podcast. It was with Alex Hormozy on the game. And him and his wife, it's a husband and wife team. They work together too, right? You can see why I listen to it. They do acquisitions. And he was talking about they were feeling this same pressure, him and his wife, Layla. And Layla had such a great perspective to him because he was kind of in that boat of like, F it, there's so much to do. I'm not going to do anything. Right. And he's a main action taker. You know, here are more action. I'm going to follow action takers because I can relate to them. I know you can too. But what they did is he had a similar approach, but then he created a 2-column system and he called it missed opportunities and problems. So I'm going to say that again. Missed opportunities and problems. Now, they're running a business, we're running a business. So the way I look at this and the way that he goes on to further explain too is a problem is something that can be fixed quickly. It maybe can be delegated out. There could be some tied, opportunity to these problems if you get them fixed. Like, let's say you have crappy customer service or you have low follow through. That is a problem, right? That we need to fix. Maybe a system or a process or a software that you have integrated is not doing all the things that you need it to do. We've made a huge tech investment in our company this year, like huge, so many different techs, but they are all coming together now. These are all problems. Missed opportunity. I don't know about you. When I hear that missed opportunity, that straight up pisses me off. Because I'm like, that was a missed opportunity. An opportunity, like I missed that because I was too busy or unorganized or I had too many things on my list. And so when I look at that, for us as a company this year, our website is a missed opportunity. Our website is old. You guys are probably all going to go there right now, but like our website is old. It's outdated. It's not doing all of the things that our company is doing, but it was just like a placeholder. And it was on my mind all this year that we needed to update it. But we had something happen recently where we had a missed opportunity specifically because of that website. That is going to generate, like, I can't even put a number to it. That is going to generate a significant amount of money for us going forward. And so you can bet that was a missed opportunity. Other missed opportunities could be hiring. It could be the tech that you need to implement or that you have not learned fully to be able to integrate it, and you're missing opportunity to save you time or money. So what I did, and let me share this now. So if you're on YouTube, come on, I hope you're here. And if you're not tuning in, you're riding your bike or your treadmill, I'm glad you're here, but you can always go over to YouTube. I am going to share here on the screen is this missed opportunity. So missed opportunity is essentially the sheet that I have. I literally made this as easy as possible. I made a table, two columns and I have problems, missed opportunities at the top if you're just tuning in. And then I just went down. And so I took my list that I had, right? Like my legal pad list, and then I just went through each one and I started prioritizing each one on either side. And a lot of the problems, what was a deciding factor for me was, can I delegate this out? If I could delegate it out, I was like, bam, that's a problem. I'm going to move that on. And so I think that can be a good tool for you to understand which is which when you are going through filling out your file and so, or filling out your page. So that was the third step. So create the table. So number one, get it out of your head, write it down, no judgment, no organization, no filtering, just get it out onto a piece of paper or a document. Everything that's on your to-do list. Number two, create that table. Shoot me a DM. I will send you mine. You can use it too. Create that table, missed opportunities, problems. Now go back and sort your list that you created and prioritize it. So go back and which one fits where. Who can I delegate out? Bam, that's a problem. Someone else on the team can handle that. That's great. Now, I'm going to give you that extra little bonus. So that bonus right now is kind of my fourth step, is that when I saw my missed opportunities and my problems, I already talked to you about delegation, but I want you to think about what those are too. Because problems, I said the word quick, missed opportunities might need some more in-depth time, okay, for you to be able to go through it. Like I'm interviewing 3 different website developers right now. I've gone back on strategy to make sure I have everything in place so that when we like pick our website developer, I'm like, go, like, let's go. I don't want to wait. So that takes time. Now, what that allowed me to do was to, now that I have this list on this table, I can look at my calendar. And I'm going to reference here, I'm going to link this article in the notes. It is from Paul Graham. I've actually I believe I recorded a full episode on this. It's so powerful, but a maker versus manager schedule. Bottom line is a manager is someone that has like 30-minute blocks on their schedule. And for me, I have 2 days during the week that it's like hour block, 30-minute block. You can't get anything major done because you're like switching gears and switching tasks so much. I think of that as my problems, right? Those are little things that I need to fix throughout the day. Where a maker is like your visionary. These are where you're having 3 to 4 hour blocks, periods of time, zero interruption, where you can dive in and go deep on some of these missed opportunities that you can capitalize on for your business. And so that is the bonus, is like, now that you have this list, how does that going to work with your schedule? And listen, at the end of the day, like some of you might be managers and it's going to be tough to find those blocks. And you're going to have to work with your team to be able to train them to be like, hey, this 2 hour block, maybe start smaller, right? This 1 hour block, this 2 hour block, I need to be uninterrupted at this point. If I don't get back to you during this is why I'm working on some big missed opportunities that I want to capitalize on. If you're a maker, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to kind of find those big blocks in your schedule. But the thing is that your schedule, it's just that. It's your schedule. How you make it or how you utilize it or leverage it is up to you. And I can tell you, those missed opportunities, they need those big blocks of time. I can tell you from straight up experience that they need bigger blocks of time for you to be able to do them. But those are the things that are going to move your business or move your career much, much more forward. And so that was my bonus one, is like, now tie this list to your schedule. Now, all in all, this took me about 45 minutes to do. And I told you, it was already so therapeutic to just get it out on paper, what was already in my head. That was the first step. And then when you see these 2 columns of problems and missed opportunities, then I was like, oh, well, this makes it so easy. I know what I need to work on, the things that are most important that are going to move the business. The things, I mean, this is kind of like the Eisenhower matrix. You can take and look at it that urgency versus importance. I need to be working on the really important things, and my team can work on the urgent things. Occasionally, Chris or I have to jump in on the urgent things. But it has literally changed the way that I've approached everything that we're doing and the exponential growth that we have and everything that we have planned for the next 10 years that all happens right now. I've been able to take activity, like take action on the tasks, the activities, the things on my list, which will move the business forward. Bigger steps. Like I can already see it and feel it in 3 weeks that I'm like, this is so easy. And then it's so easy now because I already have this list started that when something else comes up, I don't even have to just keep it rattling around in my head. I have that document that I shared. I hope you saw it on YouTube. I have that document I shared, and I just like place it where it needs to go and I move on. And that's what's so nice about it. It's just like organizing. We all want to accomplish so much, but we need tools and skills to be able to help us to do it. Doesn't make me weak. It actually makes me pretty freaking strong now that I can like look at this list, make decisions, delegate out, handle it if I need to, and or schedule appropriate time to do the big things that I want to do. So, hope you enjoyed that one. If you have had a conversation with somebody, especially as we're closing out the year, where you're like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do, and you feel people saying this, share this with them. Because honestly, at the end of the day, if this alleviates a little bit of stress off somebody, you know I'm all about alleviating stress. If you know, you know. If you haven't listened to previous episodes, you'll know why. If we could eliminate a little bit of stress on everybody and get you guys all moving in the right direction and doing the big things that you want to do, like I feel it. It's so amazing. And I know this small little task will be able to help someone too. So please share it out to those, and don't forget, keep taking more action and tune in once a week here.